Welcome back to Odyssey News. I am Mike Odyssey, and today we only have two topics, but two topics that deserve some type of discussion, right? So the first topic is the Nintendo Switch, okay, and its sales, which it's something that is kind of worrisome, all right? And the second topic, I want to touch very quick and very lightly on a topic that has been really trending for the past, I would say week or two, and it has to do with a voice actor who posted something on Twitter and the whole voice acting job type of thing. I want to give you my input, what I believe, because as you know, I've spoken to many voice actors on this channel, and I want to really present a different voice when it comes to this situation. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about that very quick. So let's get into the video. All right, first topic for today is the Nintendo Switch and its sales. It looks like it's happening. It's really happening. Things are really going down the hill. You know how Nintendo Switch was at the top of the hill, but it looks like it's slowly rolling down the hill. And this news comes to us by mynintendonews.com, and we have here the sales for the Nintendo Switch, including the Nintendo Switch OLED, because I know Nintendo's released the Nintendo Switch OLED so that they can at least kind of give a little bit more push to the Switch. But we always wondered, how long would this last, right? How long would this push last? And I'm not sure if it was going to last a long time before Nintendo needs to do something and maybe release a brand new console, because we all think it's time for that console now. So my Nintendo News is reporting September 2022 UK charts, I think it's charts. PS5 number 1, Xbox Series X and X number 2, and Switch number 3. So the charts are in for the biggest gaming market in Europe, the UK, for the month of September, and hardware sales were booming with up to 41%. Basically, so it was up 41%, the sales of hardware in the UK, with PlayStation taking the lead, followed by Xbox Series X and S. Okay, so basically even the Series S beat the Nintendo Switch, then the Nintendo Switch. But not only that, when it comes to software sales, okay, we have here a list of top 10 software sales, and number 1 is FIFA, number 2 is Grand Theft Auto, I don't know why, and then number 3 is NBA 2K23. We got Splatoon at number 4, number 5 The Last of Us Part 1, which is on PlayStation, number 6 Saints Row. All right, number 7, Deep Red Redemption 2, then F1 22, which is I think on Xbox, and then Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which does not leave that list, and Nintendo Switch Sports. So if we look at here, we only got three Nintendo Switch games out of 10 on the list. That's something to worry about, because you know, the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe went down to number 9. It's always been within the top 5. Now it's number 9, so it's slowly going down. And then we also have Nintendo Switch Sports, which is a family game. That's basically the most played game, I guess, right now on the Switch. Splatoon 3 is on number 4, which is kind of fair because it's still fairly new. So with the Switch already almost out of gas, already PlayStation is beating all the consoles back to back, and also Xbox is doing the same thing. Nintendo's coming in last, and now with Steam Deck currently being available for people to buy, and you can argue it is a next-gen mobile console, Nintendo really has to step it up. I hope they really don't wait until they're completely out of gas and the momentum is almost gone in order for them to release a next-gen console. They need to do it now while they're still hot. But I think it's time for Nintendo to really kind of think it over and make sure that they don't allow the gas to run out before they release the next-gen console, because I think it's time for us to get that next-gen console. Nintendo, if you're listening, it's time. So I think it's time for Nintendo to actually just go ahead and really consider bringing out the next-gen console, because I think it's time. I'm not sure if adding Mario Kart to the Switch again this holiday season is going to do it for them. They need to really push it through, and it's time for us to see something new. All right, so what I'm going to say about this topic, I don't want to get too much into it because there are a lot of channels out there covering this news. And as you know, I like to keep things light and positive. This is a channel for me and for you to get away from the negativity of the world, to just take a little bit of breather from everyday life, right? So that's how I see this channel. I want to give you guys a little corner to relax and to have some fun, to listen to Nintendo news, right? But I also want to address this in the lightest way possible without pointing out all of the negatives. I want to bring out a topic that really is important to talk about because it has to do with voice actors. And as you know, I have covered here, and I've had the honor and the pleasure of speaking to one of the most wonderful voice actors that ever exists on the planet here on the channel. Charles Martinet, Samantha Kelly, Katie James, Harry McIntyre, and more here on the channel. So this is something that's really near and dear to my heart, and I believe that it's important to talk about. And I'm talking about, yes, voice actors do deserve to get paid better. But before I get into that, I want to really clarify, voice actors, some voice actors, and I would say the majority of voice actors do get paid very well. The voice acting career is a contractor career. I mean, basically, you're working for yourself. If you are a voice actor, you don't work for a major company. You're not hired as an employee for any type of company. Therefore, you're working for yourself. You are your own boss. So as your own boss, you have to set your own fees. You have to pay for your own health insurance. You don't have a salary. You don't really get paid. You have to work for what you get paid. So voice actors, just like actors, just like anybody, just like us YouTubers who work or are contracted to do a job, depend on many jobs per the year in order to make our yearly and annual salary, our livable salary. So there is a lot of misconception out there that voice actors don't make a livable wage, and that's something that really doesn't make sense, because in reality, anybody who works as a contractor, they don't make a livable wage. They depend on every single job they get, not just on one job, but they depend on multiple sources of stream of revenue in order to make a livable wage. So I want to just clear that out. I want to make sure that people understand that as a contractor, as a person who works for themselves, they are their own boss. You don't depend on just one job to make your career and to make your life worthwhile, unless you have worked and proven yourself to a point that you become a star. You become a Hollywood actor that is well known, well sought after, right? Your name has value, and there lies what maybe is happening, in order for you to actually get a multi-million-dollar career or a contract, you have to have value. You have to have a track record that speaks for itself, so that then you can actually sell yourself for more, right? When it comes to your talents, when it comes to what you can offer. And without that, you can't really go up to any company and say, hey, I want you to pay me so and so much, and I want it to be like this, and I want it to be like that, because you have no bargaining power. There's nothing that you can say to back up what you're trying to sell. So what I feel, voice acting in any job that has to do with being self-employed and being your own boss, you need to develop a track record. You need to work hard at the beginning and push yourself to a limit. Accumulate a whole lot of jobs together. Build a track record. Build a history. Work hard to get to that point where you are sitting on top of the throne and say, look, this is how much I'm worth. This is how much I need to get paid because I have done this, and I can speak for myself, and my track record speaks for itself. Now, you've heard that before, and a lot of the voice actors that I've spoken to are in that position. They have track records. They have done amazing jobs and amazing work for Nintendo and for other companies, for anime and more. So when it comes to the voice acting career, and when it comes to the career of people who work for themselves and they are their own boss, it just works a little differently than the person that works a 9 to 5 or who has a job or a salary, and that's something that we need to understand. this type of job, we have to prove ourselves and prove our value. And if we want to get paid a certain amount of money, then we have to back up what we speak and back up what we are value, you know, and show how much we can offer. So I just wanted to put that out there. When it comes to the voice acting career, I truly support that voice actors, they do need to get paid more. And one thing I want to add, which is something really, really important, it is that voice actors, when they have been with the franchise for a long period of time, and there is a project, a huge project related to this franchise where these voice actors have really played a part in bringing this franchise forward, then these voice actors should at least in some way or form play a part in this bigger project. And you guys know what I'm talking about, right? If there is a Donkey Kong movie coming out and we have a Donkey Kong voice and we have Donkey Kong co-stars, voice actors that have played on Donkey Kong without saying, you know, the action movie is happening, then at least these voice actors should play a part in that movie as tribute to their hard work. Now, I don't expect them to be playing the lead role because, of course, Hollywood is Hollywood, and of course, name sells, recognition sells, you know, and we want this movie to be successful. We want movies to be successful, right? So I don't expect them to get the leading role right away, you know. Hollywood is Hollywood, gaming is gaming, but at least honor them by giving them a role, a credit, something that could actually speak out for what they've done for that game franchise that led to that game going to Hollywood in the first place. Do you agree? All right, that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think below, and we can continue this conversation in the comments. I got 2 more things I want to tell you before I leave. Number 1, never give up. Number 2, journey on. Peace.
Every change